Thank you, Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. What does Babe Ruth, Thomas Edison, and you have in common? Wow, the three of you. What a great combination you make. Babe Ruth, the king of swing. The Babe had 714 home runs, the record that lasted for decades and has only been bested by two people since. And then there's Thomas Edison. Well, Tom was the king of inventors. Tom had 1,093 U.S. patents. Wow. And then there's you. Well, you're the king or queen of speech. So let's take a look at some of the traits that one must have to be a great speaker, to be successful at anything. First of all, you must have desire. Desire comes from in here. You must have the desire to speak, to teach, to motivate. Something has to come out of you from within. That desire will then give you the determination that you need. The determination will give you goals. And what do goals do to and for you? The goals draw you to them inexplicably. You don't even realize it. But the goals bring you out. Bring the best out in you. And then there are, of course, other traits. Tenaciousness is one. Now, everybody loves a tenacious person, right? They stuck with it. Ah, man, they really did it. I am so proud of you. You were so tenacious in the pursuit of your goal. Well, then there's another word that comes after that, and it's called stubborn. Now, my stubborn is maybe your tenaciousness. And then after stubborn, then pig-headed comes. But you see, folks, in order to be a great speaker, you're probably going to have to be accused of all of those. But you know what? There is another trait, another happening that none of us want to experience. We don't really want to even talk about it. It's kind of hush-hush. And you know what that is? The word is failure. Yes, failure. Well, none of us want that. Oh, really? Let me tell you, folks, just as frankly as I can, that if you're not failing along the way, you're not doing anything. Because failing is inevitable in being a great speaker, being successful at anything. So, if you're comfortable where you are, if you're getting along with everybody that you work with or wherever, and life is just so great, then, folks, you're not demanding enough of yourself. Now, let's take a look. Babe Ruth. On his way to 714 home runs, guess what? He struck out 1,330 times. Wow, that's a lot of failure, isn't it? We probably have all seen the movies of the Babe standing up to the plate, taking his bat, pounding the plate, getting up here. Maybe he'll even take a strike or two. And then guess what? You'd see the old Babe point in a certain spot. And you knew that's where the ball was going to go. The next swing. Can you imagine how intimidating that was to those pitchers? You see, because the Babe knew that he was going to be successful. Now, how many times did he do this and didn't hit it out of the ballpark? We'll never know, will we? Why? Because that's been lost in the haze of history. We only remember his successes. And then, Thomas Edison. Wow, 1,093 U.S. patents. That's fantastic. But guess what? He had worked months and months on a light bulb. Now, all the experts, all the learned ones, knew that you can't make a light bulb. It's impossible. But you know what? He didn't listen to them. But a young reporter did. A young reporter said, Mr. Edison, you have failed 5,000 times to make your light bulb. Why don't you just quit? Old Tom looked at him with a calm gaze, and he says, young man, you don't understand how it works. You see, I haven't failed 5,000 times. I have found 5,000 ways that don't work. I don't need to do them anymore. Tom Edison understood that every failure he had got him closer to his success. One of my biggest failures came on December 8th of 2010. I was playing the part of Hugh in the play called Hugh. I was the patriarch of a very dysfunctional family. There was one line that I needed to say. I had said it 7 times. On the 8th night, I totally forgot it. It says, the line was, fortunately, Jenna's little sing-along accomplished what my plan couldn't. You all got together, dropped your guard, and remembered what was lost. Oh, what was that? I couldn't remember it. I felt like crawling through the little crack on the floor. But you know what? The audience didn't know that. So, are you failing your way? You must give yourself permission to fail. Mr. Contest Master.